Okay, this should be the last video on HTML content, and then we'll get into CSS. We'll look at the audio element, the button element, and the input element. Okay, so audio elements, first we need a sound file. So I've done some research before, free sounds, sound Bible, etc. And there's all sorts of weird little sound effects and stuff like that. I think the one that I did some search on was movie sounds. What was it again? Moviesounds.org, I thought, not .com, this one. So I searched Kung Fu Panda and quotes with sound clips, beautiful. And it has all these different quotes here.
When you focus on Kung Fu, when you concentrate, you stick.
Very inspirational, Master Shifu, thank you. Okay, the one I had found here, oh yeah, this one.
Thought we could stop him. He could have killed you. Why didn't he? So you could come back here and strike fear into our hearts, but it won't work.
It might. I mean, a little. Well, I'm pretty scared.
Anyway, I love Kung Fu Panda. Okay, so free download. Click the link to download. Look at the file name. That's crazy. And then I have to download again. Why all the link clicks? Anyway, download sound file. There it goes. It went into my downloads. I go show in folder. We're going to rename this. Here, Kung Fu Panda Scared. Awesome. Control X to cut that. And then go to our wonderful folder. Random quiz. So this isn't an image, but usually, you know what I could do? Let's rename this to media for images and sounds and video if we had it, and put it into here. Or we could, if we had lots of images and lots of sounds, we could have two different folders, one for images, one for sounds. But for now, let's just do a media file. Okay, we can close that now and open this. And now, of course, oh yeah, of course, my images are broken now because it's not inside of the images folder anymore. It's inside of the media folder. There it is. And here too, replace that with media. Okay, so the audio tag, if I just click on this, yeah, audio opening tag, closing tag, and then you can specify multiple sources. So different file formats. If you have it, then I guess if the computer supports one format or doesn't support another, we'll see. And then this text here doesn't show up unless both of these fail to load. We've only got one file. I'm gonna copy and paste this, and I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna create a paragraph element, and then I'm gonna put the audio inside of it. And let's just go like that so it's a little clearer to see, right, where the paragraph begins and ends, and then this audio. The audio basically builds this thing. When you put the controls on, it shows these little controls. And I want that in its own paragraph. Actually, let's take the paragraph out and you'll see what it looks like. And then we'll add it later. Okay, now obviously I don't have this, so I'm going to cut that out, and instead of horse.ogg, oh, hold on, I cut the wrong one. I think we have an MP3. So we're going to change the source here to media/Kung Fu Panda Scare.mp3, which is this MPEG type. Hit save, and there it is.
Thought we could stop him. He could have killed you. Why didn't
Perfect.
he?
Okay, now it looks good now, but it's below the image. But if I, yeah, see if you give it a little more width, image elements and audio elements by default are inline elements. Paragraphs are block elements that take up the full width and have margin above and below. These are inline elements, and they can go side by side. But I want this below the image, so that's why I wanted to put this open and close p tag. So by putting it inside, it now is inside of a paragraph that will automatically have margin above and below and take up the full width. Okay, good. All right, so that's audio, and then yeah, if you get rid of the controls, you won't see the controls. It's still loaded the audio file, and later on when we learn more about JavaScript, you'll learn how JavaScript can be used to start playing a sound or pause it or restart it, that kind of stuff. You can use JavaScript to control this. But for now, we want to have the controls there so that the user who's taking our quiz can press play. All right, that's audio. Okay, next up, buttons and input elements. Buttons are pretty straightforward. Open tag, closing tag, type button. Yeah, wonderful. And then this input element. Okay, this looks complicated. We don't have to worry about these forms. That's more advanced web development when we get into server-side scripting and stuff, and you submit a form and it stores it on the server. We can actually just do this input element with a type. We don't even need the name. That's for the form as well. So we're just going to do really easy input elements without the actual forms for now. Okay, so let's add, where do I want, so let's add a button element. Underneath my results here, I'll have a button, type equals button. What were my other options? Menu, reset, submit. I guess there's probably different behavior with the button depending which type you choose. I've never played around with that before though. Okay, we'll just do button, open tag, closing tag, and then we'll have a mark quiz. And that should now be a button. And when I click it, it does nothing, but we will add JavaScript later. That when I click this, JavaScript is our programming language for the web. It allows us to make our web pages interactive. Okay, like more interactive. All right, that's a button. Now input elements. Let's do our input elements at the end of every question. So I'm going to have a paragraph that'll say answer, colon, and then I'll do an input element. Now an input element is an empty element as well. I actually don't think I need any more than this. It'll automatically, there it is, input element. So you can type input into there. I think it's good practice again to go type equals text. And there are different types. Another one that we commonly use is number. And what's neat with number is that it gives you these little things that you can go up and down. And if you try to type text, it'll block you. Cool. But I don't want that. I want text. Okay, and I'm going to take this paragraph and copy and paste it at the end of each question right here. Yes. So question 1 now has a place for them to take their answer. Question 2 and question 3 and the results. Okay, cool. All right, and that's it. So that's my basic HTML. Headings, paragraphs, images, links, lists, horizontal rules, audio tags, buttons, input elements. Those are the main, this list right here, right? These are the main elements that I expect you to be familiar with for the assignments that I will give you. Of course, there's more, but these are the basics that I want you to know. And obviously, we are using our editor and our live server, right? Running through this port to update our page. Beautiful. One thing I should have mentioned too is that in the settings here, I think I have some stuff on by default. For example, actually I don't think we've needed it, but word wrap. Notice how it wraps to the next line right away. I don't know if that's a default setting in Visual Studio Code. So in settings, you can just type word wrap, and I have turned it on, right? So you can select what you want. So that's one as well. There's other settings too. I can't remember what I've all done, but if I come across something, I'll let you know. Anyway, okay, I'm going to stop there. That's it for HTML basics. Next set of videos we'll work on all of the CSS to add some style to this stuff. Okay, it looks like a lot, but it's not too bad. Okay, hope that made sense. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.